What is up, guys? How we doing? How we doing? I do not have much time, so we're gonna do this bitch in one take. I just want to talk about my day. Nothing crazy. I actually had a very good day. I got a trip taking somebody to Springfield, and I've talked extensively about these Uber pay cuts, and I was very curious to see what a Springfield trip was now. Used to be, it's a 55-mile trip. It's an hour long. Used to be it was $75. Take a guess at how much it is now. 55 miles, hour of driving. Used to be 75 bucks. Take a guess. $26. $26 for 50 miles. And that's one way. You're coming back. So that's 100 miles for 26 bucks. Now, a lot of people declined it. That's why it came to me. But I've done a lot of these trips to Springfield. One of two things happen. Either that person hires you to bring them back, or they leave one hell of a tip. And that's exactly what happened. This person hired me to bring him back. I sat there as he went to his doctor's appointment. He hired me to drive back, and he tipped both times. So, used to be, the earnings on Uber would have been $150 for the trip there and trip back, plus his tips, which were 23 in all. So, would have made 173 off that. And I made 77. It was still worth it. It was still worth it. The customer was in recovery. And we have actually quite a few customers here that are in recovery, and like the house that they stay in booked the trips for them. And as you know, I'm a professional yapper. Oh yeah, the glove. I fractured my wrist when I was a kid, and sometimes when I use it too much, it starts to hurt. So I have a compression glove on. What was I gonna say? Yeah. As you know, I'm a yapper, and I'm pretty open, man. If I get somebody that talks about being in recovery, I'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm in recovery too. Like, I'm 4 years sober, and we just had a great conversation. Great guy. He's been sober for 65 days, and just talked a lot, talked about religion, talked about a lot of things, and he just thought I was the coolest Uber driver, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten that as a compliment. I know it's not the it's not the biggest thing in the world to be good at driving for Uber, but like, it does mean a lot that people notice that I do put in extra effort, and that my customer service skills from waiting tables translate well to rideshare. And that's a big part of why I was bummed out about, these pay cuts, because rideshare, that's your opportunity. That's your opportunity to talk with the customer and to get them to tip. Maybe they don't, maybe they do, but that's your chance to not only try to have a nice conversation with them, but that's your chance for human interaction. That's your chance to make somebody's day. And I don't know if it's because I suffer from depression or what, but I've always enjoyed making other people happy. That's why I've always enjoyed customer service. And I just made this guy's day with like saying little jokes and whatnot. And all in all, it took 3 hours. I made 75 bucks. $10 went to gas. You could, after putting tax and whatnot, comes down to like 58, but that's still $20 an hour after expenses for 3 hours. So, not bad. Not bad at all. However, I cannot fucking believe that 50 miles is $26. Like, I got lucky that he came back. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been worth doing. It would have been $10. You would have made 16 bucks for 2 hours of driving. Like, that's terrible. That's terrible. And we had a really nice conversation. And he really made my day. And we talked about sobriety, and I was just telling him, how proud of him I was. Like, I'm really open and, like, honest about shit like that. I'm like, dude, getting sober is no hard feat, and like I get it, and you know, just, I'm a total stranger, but just know, like, I'm proud of you. You know, 65 days doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to start somewhere, and 65 days, that's a big deal. You know, that it's a big deal, and hell yeah, good for you, you know. And then he asked me, as it always seems to go with talking about sobriety, if I believed in God, and we had a long conversation about that. I've told you my stance on that. I believe there's a higher power. Do I believe that Jesus came down, died for our sins, and was resurrected? And I don't know. That's what the book says. I've told you my stance on religion. You know, watch the Heretic review. We had a big conversation about forgiveness. What I said, well, energy can't be created nor destroyed. And I do believe there's got to be a power greater than us. But what I refuse to believe is that God cares about how much you go to church and how much you pray. I refuse to believe that somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer can get baptized and go to heaven. Because he did get baptized in prison. Don't know if you knew that or not. But so, according to the Bible, Jeffrey Dahmer is in heaven. How do you feel about that? And I don't think that's okay. There's people out there that treat people like shit all day long, and then they get on their knees at night and pray. And if you're telling me that that person goes to heaven, but somebody who does the good thing when nobody's looking, who treats people well, doesn't because he doesn't pray, then fuck that. Like, that's not how I see God. If God exists, I think he knows who you are and where your heart's at. And if you're manipulating his ass and trying to just pray because you know you're a shitty person, or if you're praying because you want a genuine relationship with him. So we had a big conversation on that, and just nice fellow. And then we got back, we got a couple of Uber Eats orders, and then that Uber Eats customer was super nice, and it was a simple Arby's order, drop off, texted him, said, hey, you know, I'll be there in X amount of time. I had dropped off to him before, and he handed me a $5, and he's like, I've had you before. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you're the only Uber driver that actually communicates with me, and I appreciate that. And I was just, hey, you know, I try my best. And then I was just thinking about that, and that is fucking insane to me. What are you guys doing out there? You understand that this is a customer service job, right? Like, it's just, when you get an order, you text the customer, hey, I'm leaving the restaurant. I got the good. Like, got the goods, be there in 10. That's my text. Got the goods, be there in 5. Got the goods, be there in 15. And just a simple communication like that goes a long way. And, like, this guy wouldn't have, you know, tipped me cash if it wasn't for that. And, you know, you can't leave positive feedback on Uber, but of course you can leave negative feedback. Good job on that one, Dara. But was just super nice and told me that I was, you know, a good Uber driver. And then I got another customer, and we made $107 in 4 hours because I'm badass. And so then we went grocery shopping. Got a big ass pizza and wings for dinner, and yeah, that's it. We went grocery shopping. It is 9:30. I'm just now sitting down, but we're hitting our goal. That's the important thing, is we're hitting our goal. I set a goal and we're hitting it, and that's good. I wish we were making more, but at the end of the day, we're hitting our goal. You know, I like I said in my video yesterday, I'm trying to get better at doing things around the house, staying on top of things. A busy body is a busy mind. You can't sit here and be depressed if you're busy, right? And so I've been really, like, just in motion this week, you know, consistent on the getting up and getting out there by noon, consistent with the doing the dishes every night, consistent with, and then I finally get to sit down at the end of it, and I'm like, you know what? Today was a good day to attach my name to. You know what I mean? Like, we worked, we hit our goal, fucking dishes are done, cooked, fucking baby had badass Happy Meal, and, you know, warm meal, and I'm doing good. You right? You know? I'm here by myself. I'm doing good. You know, if I could stay on top of all those things, hit her goal, and watch her and make her happy, then fuck yeah. And so, you know, I know that the last month my videos have been and I've really struggled to come up with things to talk about, but it's days like this that I'm excited to just come home and talk and be happy and get out of my miserable funk that I'm in and just be more proud of myself. I'm so fucking hard on myself. Like, I'm always... I don't know how to explain it, man. But this week, I've been trying to improve on the things that I feel I need to improve on, and I've done that. And I've stayed in motion every day this week, and we had a kick-ass day at work. And we had a kick-ass day specifically because I was good at my job. Had I not taken that order and said, fuck that, wouldn't have made that much money. Had I not have sat out there and waited, 30 to 45 minutes and given that guy a ride back, wouldn't have made as much money. He wouldn't have wanted me to do it either if I wasn't such good company. And then got a really good tip off that one guy that complimented me. So, yeah, well, you might be watching this and well, you're good at Uber, fucking woohoo. These jobs aren't easy. And, Uber specifically, I fucking hate them. The business, hate them. Uber, Dara, you can kiss my taint. But I enjoy when you're working, you should give it 100% of your effort. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and the company's. Your time is the most valuable thing on this planet. So take pride in what you do. Be good at what you do, even if it is something as simple as Uber or something as simple as working at McDonald's. I had a customer the other day that I picked up from McDonald's, and I immediately, when she got in the car, I was like, hey, you know what? I think you're a badass. I would rather be homeless than work in fast food. I've waited tables all my life, but fast food, dude, you have the same pace when it comes to the work. You gotta work just as hard, just as fast. You get yelled at even more, and you make so much less. And, it's gotta take a certain amount of grit to be willing to do that. I've never worked in fast food. You could not pay me enough, I would flip out on somebody. And, to get yelled at all day, work at 100 miles per hour all day, and get paid minimum wage. And just told her, you're a fucking badass. Good for you. It may not seem like it's much, but you're out here, you're doing it, you're working, you're busting your ass. And then that's why I like Rideshare so much, just because I like making people feel good. And I know that on here, most of my videos are me venting. Most of my videos are me being sad or venting about a subject or being mad. But I really enjoy making people happy. And I feel like I did that today and this week. And especially the most important person in my life, my little girl. And so, yeah, I had a good day. And we're almost through April. And, about to cook some pizza, some wings, some cheese sticks, some what's it called? Motor City Pizza Company. Their cheese sticks at Walmart, Motor City Pizza Company. They do a deep dish Detroit pizza, but they have cheese sticks that have Parmesan cheese sauce on them. Mwah. Dude. So, I'm about to make some dinner. I'm going to eat a gummy, and then we're going to, I don't know. I don't really have time to play Fortnite. I haven't been playing a lot, but wind down with a movie or something. Maybe rent Companion, because we're actually ahead right now. So, maybe I'll do a review on Companion tomorrow, even though my last review got 6 views. I do appreciate the 6 of you out there that do like my movie reviews, man. The Monkey was fucking good. You need to watch it. Anyway, if you got the same fucked up sense of humor I do, you'll enjoy it. But I love you guys. I appreciate your patience with me. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being here. And you guys help keep me going. And, YouTube, there's ups and downs. There's bad weeks and good weeks when you're posting every day. And, you know, you guys help me get through the bad ones. And y'all mean a lot to me. Each and every one of you. You do. And I hope I inspire you to want to help people too. To, you know, if you're in the same headspace, I hope I inspire you to, you know, keep going and stay in motion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I love you guys. That's all I got for you today. Bye.